When you're dealing with recruiting, skill set of your current team, skills that you're looking to get on your team, and expectations with hiring or any particular person in your office or in your business. I'll hear from recruiters, lawyers, business owners, all sorts of people, what the companies want and what the candidates want. The recruiters will share a compensation study. Basically, what's the market rate for a staff accountant, or what's the market rate for a marketing person, or whatever. And then there's also the rates for the more officer level type people. There's obviously going to be people that are in different levels of their experience and their career. It's not always age, because a lot of times you might have somebody that did 3 different startups, maybe one failed, one did great, or whatever. So you get different experiences, and so you can't figure out just from somebody's age that can be a sensitive area. Sometimes people see an older person. Well, do I want to hire an older person? Obviously, all this comes down to skill set and experience. The only way you're going to know what that person knows, you're not going to know everything in a simple interview, but you'll know what they're good at or what their passions are. That's the candidate side. What I want to talk about is the business owner side. The type of things you need to think about when you're trying to staff up. People want to know, at what cash flow point can I hire somebody new? We can help with that kind of a question. But what I'm really getting at here is talking about expectations regarding staff and bringing someone new on the team. Let's imagine you had a great sales year. You say, well, I'd really love to invest in hiring a position. And so you come into a little bit of money and you say, in terms of the allocation of budget, we can hire somebody. The immediate thought is, what's all the stuff that we would love to do? All the new things, the things that we've always put on the back burner, haven't really done it. Shortcut to the value highlight here, that's not what you want to do with your staffing plan. You don't want to jump into the new areas and just say, I'm going to put money and I hope it works out. What you want to do with your staffing plan development is you want to be able to think about it as, what are the tasks that I still enjoy doing, but you don't need to do them. In a small business, sales and development of your business is something done by the top. The leadership team, the ones who are the owners, the ones that are responsible for the business, should be the most engaged in development of the business. Certainly, you can have a head of sales, you can have a BD person, but a CEO type of person, 50% of the time or more, should be dealing with the development. There's all sorts of things that you're going to have to do as an owner. You're going to have to do things you don't love. You're going to have to do a little bit of HR, legal, financial management, all the things, right? But you should be developing the skill set you need and developing the support team under you to make sure that you can do effective BD. That's an area I call out, because whether you call it marketing, advertising, business development, the owner needs to be heavily involved in that area and be the leader in that space. When we think about staffing up, what are the things that we've got pretty good? We've got a good process for it. It could always be improved, but we could bring on, whether it is the front desk person or somebody to answer the phones, answer the door. Even if you have just an entirely remote operation, you might want to have somebody answer that phone for you so that the customer can get access to you and your business right away. There's all these areas, especially when you get into the space of these virtual assistants where they can hire help from the Philippines. There are areas where that can work really well. You do have to spend some time training them, but you can do it in a shorter amount of time. Whereas when you're trying to do these more core functions of your business, 2 things I think about. One, you are underestimating the time horizon to when you can bring them up to speed. And that's a combination of getting them to know the culture, getting them to know the tasks that you want them to do, getting them to know your processes, the way that you would solve problems. It takes years to have these people that understand, here's the way John or Susan would do it, right? And having your expectations level set about that. The other thing that I think is really important to note about this area is that you want to be thinking about, who are your current direct reports, the people that have been with you for maybe a while, learning from you. They should be your middle management. You shouldn't hire a layer between you and the people that have been with you for a while. It's not smart, because the lead time it takes to learn the culture, how you do things, how you make decisions, try to promote them. If you're concerned about whether they're weak in this area or that area, look, nobody needs to be the rocket scientist in your business. You have to figure out what is good enough that it's going to increase revenue, our growth, whatever our main objectives are, so that we stay as a healthy business. That's what you want to be focused on. If the area or the process is not well baked, hiring somebody and putting somebody new isn't going to fix it. Take the path of least resistance. You have a process, try to improve that process. Offer your people a way to move up. Another area is, whether it's promotion or bonus, make sure that your people feel comfortable. If you want to offer them, I'm going to promote you, I'm going to take you from rank 1 to rank 2, make sure they feel comfortable to slide back to that lower rank. If they are unhappy with your new level of expectation, they're going to be attracted to the compensation you might offer for them to go up. but make sure they feel comfortable. They're not foolish. They're not lazy. If they just can't get the hang of it and they want to step back into a role that you enjoyed them supporting you in, then give the next person a turn at something like that. Really think about, how can I get my current people. If you have a middle layer between the worker bee and the people manager and yourself, you want the closest relationship to be with people who understand you. As you move those initial, what you considered the under you, move them up to the middle and try to get them to train their processes to others. Now, inevitably, there's going to be some sort of turnover. You're going to be very upset. The first people I ever hired were so close, and then they left me. Sometimes it can be on bad terms, but people are incentivized to take their experience and get the best compensation they can, benefits. They either want part-time, whatever it is. Try not to take it personal. It's going to be slightly personal. You've gotten to know them, but stay focused on the business opportunity. Wouldn't it be great if you could be so proud of them, you've trained them? Of course, you don't want to lose them, but you could be so proud of them that they are now able to support their family in an even stronger way because someone in the market is demanding them. It can get hairy and dicey with someone's poaching my talent. People will offer % more or a signing bonus. The talent pool can be attracted by that, but they might not have a better time over there. Grass is greener kind of thing. And that can happen, but can you blame them for taking a chance? If so-and-so is willing to pay them well above market rate. Now, if it's at market rate and you're behind the times, maybe you consider, well, yep, this is honestly the time where I need to bring them up to market rate. Talk to a recruiter. Everyone out there is skilled on trying to sell you on something, but you can have an honest relationship with a recruiter. And who knows, maybe it's not this particular role, but maybe it's the next one. And you want to stay in touch with them. When it's tough to hire the right people, they can send you some great resumes. I've kept relationships with lots of different recruiters. Use those professionals as a sounding board. It's not good for anybody, even if they're interested in perhaps getting you to hire somebody and getting a fee. They shouldn't be interested in trying to get you to fire somebody in the current position or do something that would really disrupt your business. That wouldn't be good for you. So talk to a few different professionals. Talk to your attorney, talk to your accountant, talk to people who you trust, and ask them, am I missing something here? I think I should promote Susan, and just see what they say or what they think. In the busyness of the day, we can get fed up. Maybe it's not even a particular employee's fault. It's just we're stressed and we're like, I'm tired of this or tired of that. Take some time to think through with other professionals around you, what should you do if you want to add people to your staff? I highly encourage always be trying to train up so that those people can step up and they can then manage somebody under them. And that's great because it takes it off of your back from being a full-time manager of more people. But also, a lot of times when you want to hire more skilled people, you might overestimate how much time you can dedicate to train them. A lot of people say this. They're like, oh, he's going to directly report to me, or he or she will directly report to me, so I'm definitely going to be able to train them up. You are busy enough, right? In almost no business model should you try to put more people management on your plate. You should be trying to think, how can I offload the work so that I can focus on new work? Business growth, that's the thought for today.